What's up, boys? Welcome back to the second channel where there are 240 of you subscribed. If you're not one of them, you should definitely change that. But if you don't want to, that's okay as well. We're doing an AWP tier list. All right. This has been requested for a long time. We're doing it. Let's just get into it. All right. Let's just get straight into it. Asimov. I'm going to start with this instead of this. Asimov. Definitely overrated, but still pretty good. I think that's going to sit in low A at the end. Maybe high B, but I think low A. I think low A is where it's going to end up. Asheron, I think it's called. This drops. Like you can get this from like in-game drops. It's not bad. It's a pretty good budget skin. I think that's probably a C. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice for an in-game drop. It's nice. Atheris, oh, it's so played out. It's so played out. If it wasn't so overused, it would be like an A tier. I think that's a high C. I really think it's sort of like a noob skin, like a noob gun. Sort of like this, like you got dropped this and you bought your first skin, it was $3, you know? I think the skin itself is much better than this, but this is much more unique and stands out a lot more. So I think it is better than this, but not by that much, man. Boom. Boom is classic. The scope isn't painted at all, but it's classic. It's expensive, so it's rarer. I think you could put that in B tier. Like, I know this looks better than that. I understand that. But when you see the same thing in every game forever, it's not comparable. I'd rather something fresh than something that's just been used 1,000 times. And this is like at the point where it's like nostalgic. The Quintessential, on the other hand, the Quintessential hasn't really hit that nostalgia yet. For me, the Atheris is just too used, man. It's really just too used. I think maybe this will have to come down. Dragonlaw. We know where this is going, boys. We know where this is going. You guys want to be trendy hipsters and say it's not good? I disagree. It's going in S tier, of course. Electric Hive, it's sort of like the Boom, but I'd say better. I think it's probably B. I think these are probably a little high, but I don't know if I can compare them with these. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I'm going to have to reshuffle this. The Cortacera is definitely worse than these two, so that can stay there. This is good. It's just so played out. It's just so played out. Elite build. Not my favorite finish. But you don't see it on the AWP that much. But I really hate elite build. I really don't like elite build. I really don't like elite build, boys. There's just something about elite build skins that I just cannot stand. I'm going to put in D. Look, personally, I'm like almost on should be deleted, but it's somewhat clean, so it goes there. Fever Dream. I'm not a fan of this on the AWP or the Scout. It's not my thing at all. I don't like it much at all. It's hard because I've got that there. Like, that's interesting, but it is pretty shit. Let's be real. I think it's got to go down. I think the elite build's horrible, and this is unique and it's cool, but it's definitely a lot less clean. The Fever Dream, would I use it over an elite build? Yes, I would. But that's where the compliments end for that skin. I've been playing with one because I unboxed one, and I don't like it. The Cortacera is arse though. It really is arse. I think that's got to come down. It's old. It's got to come down. It's old, but that's all it's got going for it. It's got no scope. It's got nothing going on. I think it being rarer and not an active drop make it more interesting than this. But I think I probably even prefer this. I'd say the Cortacera should be deleted, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. Like none of these should be deleted. They're ass, but like they have a place. Like noobs like this, and maybe like a brand new player gets dropped this. That's cool. This kind of has no place. Graphite. Graphite is pretty mid, but it's somewhat cool. It is somewhat cool. It's definitely better than this stuff. I'd rather use a graphite than this just because it's a lot rarer. Out of these two, I honestly think the graphite is either there or there. It's hard to say. I'm gonna put it there. I've got an electric hive, and it's not really it, to be honest. I'm gonna put the graphite there, but these two are very close. This one's got a bit of distance there. Hyper Beast. Do I want to go where it should be, or do I want to have a spicy opinion? Where it should be is here. Actually, maybe it's hard. I really just hate this skin. I really hate this skin. If I'm putting this where I kind of feel, it's here. It's right there above this, but it isn't that bad. It isn't that bad. It's got the scope colored. This hurts me to do, but I think I got to put it there. But it's so ugly, especially in lower wears. It wears so poorly. Oh man, I kind of hate it, boys. I kind of actually hate it. No, I can't put it up there. It's definitely worse than this, even with how played out this is. This is played out for a red. Like, that's way overused for a red. I think I would use that over this, though, to be honest. Lightning Strike. Yeah, it's like all pixely and horrible, but it is iconic. It is iconic. It is more iconic for me than the Asimov, and it's not close. I love this skin. These used to be $30. I had two of them. I had two at the same time. Like, why did I even have that? I wish I kept them. Man of War. Man of War, pretty gross skin. Not my thing. Oh, I don't know where I'd put this. Like, I think it's like somewhat clean, like elite build, but not as shit. So maybe there. At least this is bright, I guess, but this is so shitty. It really is shit. This is hard, boys. This is hard. Maybe I should have done some prep work or something. But I'm gonna put it there. Yeah. Oh, it's probably the elite build's probably better. Let's be real. But I think this is probably better than that. Medusa. Medusa, really, it should be deleted because the skin doesn't do anything. It's just blue with nothing on the scope with a few snakes because the head is invisible at all. But if we're being real, with how rare it is, with how little you see it, what would you rather rock? A Medusa or an Asimov? When you're talking, you can't sell them or anything, but what would you rather rock? The Medusa, you never see. These you see all the time. But I'd prefer the Lightning Strike for sure. Oh, what's this one called? Mortis? Mortis, kind of gross, kind of okay. I really don't like the Fever Dream, but the colors are way more interesting than this. This is probably cleaner though. I think I'd prefer to have some color on mine and it'd be like a mess than a cleaner, sort of ugly, muted skin. Neo Noir. This is all right. I think this is all right. I think this is either high B or low A. I just never have been a fan of this skin. I'm going to put it in high B. Onitaji, S tier. I love this skin. I love how it's painted all over. Like, it's not missing a scope or anything. It's just so clean. If this was a collection skin, this would be one of the most sought after skins in the game. The Paw, it's got some cool patterns. It's a cool, fun skin. It's pretty much like a beginner sort of level skin, but it's a lot of fun and I really like it. It's a lot less common than this. I think it's better than the Boom, honestly. Probably better than the Electric Hive. It's probably better than the Graphite, to be honest. Like, you got the Stoner Cat patterns, you've got the Golden Cat patterns, and it's just a fun skin. Are these really fun skins? Like the Graphite, the Electric Hive, the Boom? Not really, bro. Phobos. Pretty shitty, honestly. Pretty gross. It's not really clean. It's not really nice. I'm gonna put that in should be deleted tier. I'd honestly rather rock a Cortacera. At least this is rare. This is just gross, man. We were just on stream and people were talking about the best budget orb, which gave me this idea. And people were saying this. I'm like, what? Pink DD-Pat. Pink DD-Pat's cool. It's got nothing on the scope. It's definitely better than all this shit. I'm gonna put it there. I'm trying to think, like, really, like, the Atheris, it's overused, it's played out, but like these aren't great. They're not great. These could probably move above these, to be honest. Maybe. Or Pit Viper. Pit Viper's a good budget skin. A good, interesting budget skin. It is probably D tier though, if we're being real. It's got nothing on the scope. Oh, yeah, probably like there. I mean, I might have to move it. Like, having stuff on the scope is such a big deal. It really is a big deal. The Red Line. Red Line's pretty good. It's pretty clean. Not my favorite. I think probably there. Safari Mesh. I don't think it should be deleted. It's a skin that you can get dropped, and it's probably a lot of people's only AWP skin. I think that's commendable, you know? Like, someone's first skin actually matters, you know? This shit doesn't matter. A skin that you can get dropped and actually play with. Look, obviously, this is probably worse than these, right? But it serves a purpose, which these don't. I think there or there, but I'm going to put it there just for respect for all the homies that got dropped one. And that's their only AWP skin. Snake Camo. This is a $500 skin. A $500 skin that looks like this 30-cent skin. I think it's kind of hilarious that you can have a $500 skin that no one's ever seen before and everyone would just assume is like 50 cents. I think it's kind of a flex to have a skin that no one has ever seen before. And it doesn't look bad. For me, not because of how it looks, but because it's like no one has ever seen the skin. Have you guys seen this skin before? I think it's kind of a low-key flex, but I don't know where that puts it. I think I'd rock this over the Snake. The Pit Viper any day. I'd rock it over that. I'd rock it over the Hyper Beast for sure. I think I put this Hyper Beast up too much. I hate this skin, but I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there because it's got the scope painted. I think this is just interesting, man. I really do. It's interesting. It's not that interesting though, is it? I think the Pit Viper's got to come down as well. The Pit Viper isn't that good, man. The Pit Viper's kind of shit. Let's be real. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. The pool probably needs to come down to you, if we're being honest. It's got patterns. It doesn't have a scope. I'll put it there, above this garbage. Sun in Leo, mid-city, this skin. Not my thing at all. It's probably in the top of these, though. Maybe not even. I'm not a big fan of this, to be honest. Worm God, straight disgusting. I don't want to hear it's a good budget skin. It's gross. It looks like shit. Get it off my screen. Oh, here we go. Containment Breach. S tier. Straight S tier. If this was a collection red, this would be, same as this, one of the most sought after skins in the game. It could even go here, really. But it's going to go there. Just based on rarity, because you can see, you see this in game, you don't really see this much in game. Gungnir. I'm going to probably upset people here, but I personally prefer the Dragon Law. There's something about the shininess and the details that just are not it. They're just not it. I don't know. There's something about this that just, it doesn't tickle me the same as this, man. And if I'm being real, I think like there, but I think that's more reasonable. The Prince has definitely grown on me. Like you guys hate the Prince, but actually look at the Prince in game and like think of it as like a medieval type like thing. And I think the Prince is probably cleaner than the Gungnir, honestly. I'll talk about the Desert Hydra in a minute, how they ruined it in CS2 and they made it like really dull and like the details look all weird. The same thing happened with the Gungnir. Wildfire. This is a low S or a high A. I think we could do high A. I do think there's a difference between this and this. The problem with this is it needs to be factory new because it just gets scuffed. This doesn't get scuffed like this. Capillary is gross, but it does serve a purpose. Oh, Capillary is dog shit though. I'd rather use this straight up. I would rather use this. I think we can move this down. It shouldn't be deleted though. It shouldn't be deleted. That's the tier. This is the worst tier. This is the should be removed from the game tier. Exoskeleton. So when we're talking about budget AWP skins, this is a really good budget AWP skin. I think it's quite nice. It's not great. I think like I would rock this, but really in terms of the skin, it doesn't really deserve to be up here in my opinion. But I'm going to leave it up there because otherwise I'm going to get confused. I think the exoskeleton's better than this. Yeah, for sure. Fade. Look, it's not good, but it's not bad either. It's definitely not a B. I think it's an in A. I'd rock a Fade over Medusa, to be honest. The Medusa, just because of how rare it is probably more fun to use, to be honest. But yeah, the Fade's up there. Silk Tiger. I thought I liked Silk Tiger, and then I got one. And there's something about just not having that scope painted that just makes skins gross, man. I think it's pretty mid. I really do. It's definitely better than a Redline. I'd say it's better than a Neo Noir. I think it's there. Desert Hydra. In CSGO, somewhere in S tier. In CS2, shit, man. I'll put it high A, but like in CS2, this looks better. Straight up, this looks better than this. There's a bit of a gap, like here and here. Pop-up, nice budget skin. Pretty clean. Do I want that over the Sun in Leo? No, probably not. Chromatic Aberration. I don't like this. I don't like this skin. I really don't. It is better than a lot of this garbage. It's better than the Fever Dream. It's better than the Exoskeleton. It's better than this. I think this goes up. I take it over that. God, this pour is too high, man. I feel like this is too high. For all you guys criticizing me on this tier list, go do one yourself and see how actually hard it is with this many items. It's actually insanely hard. It's better than the Graphite. I just don't really like it. I mean, I guess it's okay if I put it this high. I don't know how happy I am with this. Oh, man. All right, Duality. Great budget skin. I think it's nicer than that. I think that goes up here. I think it's under this, though. I really do. Chrome Cannon. When it got released, I didn't think it looked that good, but it actually looks really good. Like, that good. I really think it looks really good. And last but not least, the Black Nile. This is the one I forgot about on stream. This is one of the best budget AWPs, if not the best budget AWP. It's clean. It looks good. Where do I put this? It's a budget AWP. I mean, high D. I don't think it's that crazy. It's sort of like the Exoskeleton. Yeah, I'm going with that, boys. That's my tier list. Let me know how I'm wrong in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Catches.